at the busiest disc golf course in all of Omaha, Nebraska at Seymour Smith Park. All right, so that's why I'm here on a Monday during my spring break. Guys, I'm the disc golf teacher. I actually am a high school teacher. That's why I call myself that. And today, on a nice cold Monday, we're going to be throwing this. It looks quite a bit different from the last time that I filmed out here at Seymour, because as you'll see in the middle of the course, there's a bunch of big trees that have been cut off due to the ash borer disease type thing. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to throw it over to myself with a little bit of a voiceover so you can see what disc I'm throwing and about all these holes out here at Seymour Smith Disc Golf Course. All right, guys, I made it to my commentary booth. We're starting off here at hole 1, which is a 340-foot par 3. I'm going with a Wraith backhand roller, and I thought this was terrible. It hit this tree, but as you can see, as I highlight on the screen here, it actually kind of rolled pretty close to the basket. I'd say I'm in circle 2, maybe outside circle 2, just barely. Give it a little bit of a jump putt, goes a little bit long, but it should be an easy tap in for my par on hole 1. And that moves us to hole 2, which is a 230-foot little forehand chipper. Again, with these trees gone, kind of go right through that little gap there, and it slides up even just a little bit long. 230 feet isn't very far, but you can see I'm kind of back edge of circle 1 here. Trying to make this little downhill putt. This is a pretty steep embankment that I'm standing on, as there's 72nd Street behind us here in Omaha. Nailed the putt though. I was pretty happy about that. Again, significantly higher than the basket from where I was putting. Hole 3 is a 170-foot par 3. This is by far the shortest hole on the course. So again, I'm just taking my Firebird, gonna toss it right up there. I'm kind of aiming at that stump that you see and letting the stability of the Firebird take me right next to the basket. This would be a cool one to ace. Sometimes it rings it up, as it's pretty close. Although I about didn't ring it up because I was a little short there on the putt, and it barely snuck over the rim. All right, hole 4 is 341 feet. This one, you got to get lucky through these trees. There's not much of a gap at all. I'm going with my MD1 to kind of bend around that corner. And then you can see the basket's up here in the corner of the property. And I sawed that one off just a little bit, but it's close enough where I think I should be able to get this tap in for the birdie. All right, so I think that puts us down 3 through the first 4 holes. Pretty good start here at Seymour Smith. That moves us over to hole 5, which is a 244-foot par 3. This one, you just got to throw something out there with a little bit of stability. It really depends on the wind on this hole, and I don't think I judged it quite right. I left myself quite a bit here at the edge of the circle, so this would be a decent length putt for me, a little outside my comfort zone, but I just sneak it over. I was pretty happy about that one. Again, guys, down 4 through the first 5 is a really good start out here at Seymour Smith. The holes aren't too hard, but you got to get them. That takes us now to hole 6, which is a par 3, 230-foot little forehand chipper. With all these trees gone, you can just kind of throw a nice hyzer forehand, as you see I'm doing there. Hyzer the whole way, and look at that, lands right next to the basket. Yeah, I was excited. Boom, down 5 through the first 6 holes. All right, hole 7 now is a 379-foot par 3. This is a bit of a pump. This one has even some longer pin placements. This one's kind of a medium one, and I'm still short. I got over those trees, but I am in here, I think, circle 2, just barely, and the wind just dropped that one. I was a little disappointed. And really, this comebacker, it's probably 12, 15 feet. I didn't act like I was too nervous because of the camera, but I was, trust me. So, all right, so that moves us down to hole 8. Hole 8 is a 259-foot par 3. You can see the pin there on the right side, just past that line of bushes. So again, I'm going with the Firebird forehand. And that was real nice. That snuck up just past the basket, probably 25 feet or so here. And check this out. Oh, right off the top. So I think there's a little bit of a wind gust or something. I couldn't even throw my second one in there. So I got to take the par there on hole 8. So I think we're still down 5 through 8 holes. Hole 9, let's see if we can get back on the birdie train. This is a 252-foot par 3, pretty short one. Trying to bend my my rock around the corner, and it slides down the hill just a little bit, but it's a pretty short hole, so I still have a pretty doable putt. So on the holes kind of on this backside, the only thing you have to be worried about is a little bit of that wind. Now those trees are gone, but I was able to make the putt here, and that puts us down 6 through the front 9. All right, let's move down to the back 9 here. Start with hole 10, which is a 342-foot par 3. This one is very much uphill, and so I'm going with a little bit of a flippier wraith that flips over, but still enough stability to come back. And you're going to see here in this next frame that came back a little bit too far. It's under this bush, and I'm looking right now, I really don't have a whole lot, so I'm just going to pitch out. Yeah, I didn't really even give that one a go. Just slides a little bit past the basket for a 5-foot tap-in par to keep us 6 down through 10 holes. All right, one of my favorite holes is the next one, hole 11. Depending on the pin position, this pin position is fine, but this is a 335-foot par 3, and it's kind of the opposite of the last one where it's downhill. So I'm going to go with a forehand. It really depends, again, on the wind, how it's coming. And so if I feel like there's kind of a tailwind, sometimes I like to go forehand there to hopefully get it to come back to the basket. It's in the middle here, a little bit long on this one, probably just 20 feet or so back for the birdie. And I was able to get this hole is deceptively hard though, so I was pretty happy about that birdie, putting us down 7 through 11 holes. Hole 12 is the 317-foot all uphill par 3. And this one, it feels like you really have to put a lot on it because there's some trees there on the left that you got to get around, but at the same time you don't want to go into the creek, which is on the right side. And this is one of the best shots I've ever thrown on this hole, as it goes maybe 8 feet past the basket for a super easy birdie here on hole 12. All right, so now we are 8 down, heading into hole 13, which is a 257-foot par 3. Again, guys, with no trees, just you can see it's like a graveyard of trees there. Just throwing a buzz out to the right, letting it come back to the left. I think we had a right to left wind, and that sneaks up there nicely right inside these. There's a little bit of a divot with all these roots in it, and pick up another birdie on hole 13 to go 9 down. Hole 14, normally I go on the right side through that gap with the backhand, but since those trees are cut down, a little forehand seemed like the play here. And got a little bit of a roll. I don't know if that was a helpful roll or not, but right on the edge of the circle. Let's see if we can get this one up. Yeah, just not quite. Again, that wind coming over the crest of the hill that you can see right there can be a little bit tricky. I don't think that's my excuse on this one. I just missed my putt. But anyway, we'll take the par and move on to hole 15, which is a 283-foot par 3. The play on this one, depending on if it's in the left or the right spot, is I like to go with the forehand when it's on the left side. I hung this one out super wide, though. This is probably a little more wider. It's a little bit more wide than you'd like. And you can see I have a little bit left to go to get my birdie, but not too far, maybe 22, 23 feet. Yeah, not bad. Down here by the creek, there's not a whole lot of wind, so I was able to put that one in as we are now 10 down through 15 holes. This is a really good round I'm putting together. Pretty excited about it. Hole 16 is a 385-foot. This is kind of parallel to hole 1, so the ground play just seems right for a roller sometimes. I have gotten there with an air shot, but you have to keep it really low. This one gets me most of the way. This is one I'm probably not going to birdie. And so I'm fine getting most of the way there with the roller and just a little putter up shots to get the par. Maybe give it a little bit of a half run. Oh, just right in front of the basket. You can see where it ended up. It probably wasn't as close as it looked, but I thought I might have snuck in the chains there. Anyway, another par on hole 16. Hole 17 is a 343-foot par 3. This is my favorite pin position where it's way back there, kind of behind 18's tee, and so you have to bend something around like I do with this wraith, a little bit of a beat-in wraith, and it goes right around that tree perfectly. Oh, that was a fun one to watch, but man, it still has a little bit of stability at the end. It kind of got a little leaky to the left side. This is definitely outside the circle here. I'm going to go with my normal stance. Must have been feeling that today. And just a bit low. Kind of disappointed with myself on that one. So that's a couple pars in a row on a pretty easy course. All right, that brings us to our last hole, hole 18, which is a 310-foot par 3. I'm going to try to hit this gap here on the right. I'm throwing a Thunderbird. Nothing too far. It's only 310 feet, and Yeah, it lands a little bit to the left side. I think, again, then we had that right to left wind that was pushing. But I got to make this to go 11 under for the round. And easy peasy. So, hey guys, if you like this out here at Seymour Smith, please give me a thumbs up down below if you would. That means a lot. And I'll leave you with one last drive from hole 11, one of my favorites. We'll do a little slow-mo. Until next time, we'll see you guys out there on the course.